right to it, very simple, the greeting. Hello, in my restaurants we present our menus, verbally specials and our appetizers, and you take a drink. Okay, that's waiting on a table. When you come to the table, a couple of things that have worked very well. One is home base. And that's a spot at a table where you go to, and this is where you wait on your table. There's a couple of reasons for that. It's going to be natural. You'll know if you walk out this door, people are sitting like, there's no place but this spot that I'm going to have this home base. Okay? When I am at home base, I take over my table immediately. You have a large section. You get crushed. You're really busy. It's a Saturday night. It's a beautiful day on the deck. You need to be able to handle as many tables as you can for the exact reason that we're here to make money. Okay? You have to take control of your tables. All right, I'm 6'5", 220 pounds. How I take over a table is very, very simple. It may not work for you, may not work for you, or anybody else, but you're going to use some form of that. And that is I literally come to the table. Automatically, people are going to look, and I lean over the table, and I use what my friends refer to as the big boy voice. Hi, folks. How are you this evening? And everyone's going to look up at you. And as soon as that happens, I slowly start backing off the table now that I have everyone's attention. And as we move through the night, I'm literally training my tables, for lack of a less aggressive word, but I'm training my table that when I come to this spot, you need to pay attention to me. But if I'm over here, I literally stay out of sight. I come into clears, pick things up, I stay low, so I'm not intimidating the table, I'm not taking over, and I also don't want to break in on an area where I don't think that I should be interrupting them through their service. Okay? So, you need to establish your home base, you need to establish who and what you are, and you need to get control of your table. Also, as you move through all of these steps, when you go to work, you do it from home base. When you get to home base, you have to have two things. One, an entry line. And number two, an exit line. Now, down in the Turks and Caicos, when I took over several restaurants when I get down there, this literally was service on the island. I am not kidding you. And the start of it was the worst part. Can I help? Like, yeah, can I get a Corona? Heineken? Okay. And that was service in my first restaurant. You need to take what you have and work with it. And that was where we developed home base, entry line, and exit line. You need to come up to the table. You need to give them an entry line. Your entry line is simple. Hello. That's your entry line. Present the menus. You're not saying anything, but you're telling them, look, we're starting the process. Can I get you something from the bar before dinner? Yeah, I'd like to have this, that. Take their order. Remember, somebody gives you an order, you repeat the order back to them. My rules generally, when there's 2, 3, or 4 people, I repeat them before I leave the table as my exit line. But when you go over 4, I do it individually. So if I've got a party of 10, there's no way I'm going to step back and read off 10 items to the table. They're not going to listen to me. So I say, okay, what can I get for you? Heineken, Corona, Dos Equis. Excellent, I get them. Repeat them, Heineken, Corona, Dos Equis. Go put this right into the bar for you. And off I go. It's my exit line. Key to the entry and exit line, tell them what you're doing. It's a communication of information. I have 2 things, again, I'm a boiled down guy. I have 2 things in my restaurants that are ultimately important. Consistency is the most important thing in restaurants for me with regards to how we deal with our customers and how we work as a group. If you are not consistent, you will never be good. And if you are good by sheer luck, it will not last very long because you're inconsistent. The second is communication. Communication is the key to all problems in restaurants and any relationship, in my opinion. If you have proper communication from top to bottom, bottom to top, communication to your customers, communications to your equals that you work with, you will never have the major problems that restaurants have. Every time I walk in to fix a restaurant, there's 2 things I have to fix. Given you have problems, you called me, you hired me to come into your restaurant, you have consistency issues, and you have communication issues. We work behind the scenes first, trying to figure out how the hierarchy is going to speak to their staff, how the staff is going to speak to each other, and then I work on the staff communicating with customers. So keep that in mind as you go all the way through. So, you come up to the table, hello, you do your greeting, take your drink order, do not leave the table. It's like putting your hand out and the guy not reaching for it, you're left hanging. Corona, Heineken, Dos Equis. and I walk away, you're like, everyone literally is, okay, and then they start talking. Let them know, keep them comfortable. Comfort is key at the tables. I mean, look, been all over the world, I can tell you, nowhere more than Boston is it important to keep your customers comfortable. Change is not well received in the New England area. So anything that makes people uncomfortable, they tend to shy away from it. It's very, very difficult to give people change. How do you give them change? Make them comfortable in what it is they're doing. Start tableside, have items on the menu that they can relate to immediately, languages that they can speak, see it, get comfortable, and then let the server take them to the next level. Come back, come to home base, you get their attention, and you place the drinks down and say them as you're putting them down. Three ladies like this, in a deep conversation about, I'm sure, the most important things on earth, can forget what they ordered. So, say it as you're putting it down. And down they go. So I place the drinks down, and I step back, and now we're into taking the order.